started out doing this, you probably wanted more time freedom, but then you ended up working more hours on most days with more stress and more headaches and less freedom. But that ultimately leads to burnout. If your only go-to is how hard you can work, then you're going to get burned out eventually because you're human. And one of the hardest things to do that I found in this principle that there's no such thing as a natural business owner is raising your hand for help. Because when you're the boss and you're the guy that everybody comes to, it's really hard to admit that, hey, maybe I could use a little bit of help here too, because it really challenges your ego. And so if you're willing to raise your hand and say, I could use a little bit of help here, you're going to be ahead of 99% of other founders because they won't look for the help that you're looking for. And, I kind of look at it like this, and I've invested over $500,000 in different coaches and consultants and stuff like that. The first way was that I could use my effort and my time, and it would take me a long time, or I could use my money. And if I used my money, then I would get there faster because I didn't have to make all the mistakes. But I first had to raise my hand and say, I could actually use a little bit of help with this. So very hard thing to do. Fourth principle that really helped me go from 60, 70 hours a week down to 90 minutes a week was that if you want to do better, you have to get better. And this is the hardest one of these principles for me to accept. And so probably it's going to be one of the hardest ones for you to accept because it really challenges your ego. And why it challenges your ego is that if you want to get better, you first have to look for what's not better already. And this comes with honest self-analysis in looking for the weaknesses, the things that you suck at, or the things that you don't want to do. You may know some of the things you suck at. You may not know some of the things you suck at, but you're not going to know either way unless you have this honest self-assessment and figuring out what you're not good at, right? And then once you've figured out what this weakness is, the quickest way over that weakness is not to go learn it yourself. It's to raise your hand and say, I need some help. That's the fastest way and actually the least expensive way, regardless of how much you're paying somebody to help you with that. It's way less expensive than your time and all the mistakes that you're going to make.